everyone, and welcome to this special Minisode of the Wine Pair Podcast. I'm Joe, your sommelier of reasonably priced wine, and this is my wife and my wine pairing partner in crime, Carmela.
Hello.
And we are the Wine Pair. I should use the line that this is my first wife. Anyway, if you're new to the Wine Pair Podcast, these minisodes are just shorter versions of the regular podcast that we put on in weeks where we might be doing stuff like traveling or living life or doing things that aren't related to the podcast. And instead of tasting and reviewing 2 to 3 wines under $25 that are easy to find, which is what we usually do in our longer episodes, in these minisodes, we focus on things like wine etiquette, wine education, wine tips, stuff like that. And we try to make it fun and understandable to regular, everyday people. And chatty like us. You're just throwing stuff in there. And our podcast is recommended by Decanter Magazine, who calls us fun, irreverent, chatty, and entertaining. So
that's my line. That's the one thing I know that's in the script.
It's the only part of the script that she actually knows. So, Carmela, you've heard people talking about body in wine before, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, people are always talking about that body.
But, yeah, just what the heck is body?
Wow. Or just, you know what? Don't even dig that up.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you, the easiest way to describe body is that it's the sensation of weight or fullness of wine in your mouth. Not under your arms, but in your mouth.
Okay.
And often wines are described as being big-bodied or medium-bodied or light-bodied. Now, here's a little analogy for you. Think of body like the difference between whole milk, 2% milk, and skim milk.
Okay.
Whole milk feels heavier, creamier.
Thicker.
Skim milk feels lighter and more watery. And wine works in a similar way when we're talking about body.
Okay.
So body is not about flavor. It's about mouthfeel, or what some people might call texture, if you're a wine nerd. And some wines feel very light, again, almost water-like in their lightness, and other wines feel thick, heavy. They even sometimes feel oily or unctuous. And then there are some that are in between.
Right.
So the next question you may ask, Carmela, is who cares?
I mean, truly, who does care, Joe?
Well, I care.
Okay, good.
And I think you should care too.
I'm glad that you care.
Another question you might ask is, what difference does body make in wine?
Really, what difference does it make, Joe?
So glad you asked. It's like you have the script.
Right.
Okay. Even though body has nothing to do with flavor, it does impact the perception of flavor in a wine. A heavier bodied wine feels, as you would expect, heavy and intense. It's like it's filling your mouth with flavor. We often say in our podcast that a big-bodied wine feels like you got punched in the face, or it's coating your mouth, or something really big.
We don't always love a full-bodied wine.
We don't always love it.
Depends, but not always.
It has to really be in balance. Like if that bigness is not balanced with other aspects of the wine, then it can be too much. Right. And some people say that the richness of wine or the strength of the wine is impacted by the body. So another analogy for you. And we're going back to milk again for analogies. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's kind of like a milkshake. The flavor doesn't change if the milkshake is thick or thin, right? If it's melted or not, the milkshake actually has the same flavor, but your experience of it is different. How it feels in the mouth, how you enjoy it will be different. And so this is a good analogy to use with wine. It doesn't change the flavor, but it changes the experience of it.
Right.
So what kinds of things impact body, Carmela, you might wonder?
I'm wondering, Joe, what kinds of things impact body?
Well, you know what? I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you, and some of these things are interconnected.
Okay.
We've mentioned this in another mini-sode, but alcohol matters the most. It's the main driver of body. It gives wine viscosity and weight. And remember that, again, the alcohol is heavier than water, so higher alcohol means fuller bodied, lower alcohol means lighter bodied in general. It's not always true, but it's in general true. Grape varieties can also impact body. So some grapes, like Cabernet Sauvignon or Malbec or Tannat or Syrah and other red wines like that, they have bigger bodies. And white wines like Oak Chardonnay and Viognier are bigger bodied whites. And then you have the opposite. You have red wines like Pinot Noir and Gamay, and they're lighter bodied, and whites like Pinot Grigio Sauvignon Blanc, Albarino, Gruner Veltliner. Those are lighter bodied. So these are a lot of the body there is based on the grape. Now, there's a lot of aspects to that. The tannin in the skin, the sugariness of the grape, etc. But some grape varietals are just going to give you a bigger body than others.
Got it.
The amount of residual sugar, I had to do that a lot, or sugar left after fermentation matters too. More residual sugar will make a wine feel richer and thicker. So think about this, for instance, in a sparkling wine. If you get a dry or a demi-sec sparkling wine, like a sweeter, it feels bigger in your mouth.
It does,
for
yes.
sure. Oak aging and malolactic fermentation. Malolactic fermentation is a process that converts malic acid into lactic acid and reduces the sensation of acidity in a wine, as well as aging a wine on the lees. And the lees, again, are the dead yeast and remains of the grapes left behind in the winemaking process. All of these things can increase body in wine. So again, oak aging, malolactic fermentation, and wines left on the lees. So you can look for those things if you're trying to understand a wine. Is it going to have a bigger body or a lighter body? And then finally, climate matters. I think this is one of the most underrated or underappreciated aspects of wine that I've been thinking about a lot, which is I tend to like cooler climate wines.
Right.
Warmer climate wines make sugarier, more ripe grapes. And so again, the sugar level matters, which is why climate matters. So warmer climates create grapes that have higher sugar content, which means more alcohol, which means more body. So a Pinot Noir from Burgundy or the Willamette Valley is going to have a different body than a Pinot Noir grown in a warmer area of California. It's a good little test for yourself.
Body positive.
You know what? We just say body, healthy at any size.
Yeah. Come on.
We don't judge.
But the wine bottles, and wine, let them be, appreciated with any size.
Yeah. I mean, just if you want to see the difference, sometimes you can check out Carmela and check out me. One is big bodied, one is not so big bodied. I'll let you guys use your imagination on that.
Wow.
Okay, so the final question, Carmela, is, and this is not a personal question, this is about wine. How do you feel about body and wine, and what kind of body do you prefer?
Well, I'm like you. I don't need a big-bodied wine. I mean, in particular, some of those big cabs, Merlots, too much for me.
It's too
typically. I don't find them something that I can enjoy as well, like as a sipper or with a meal. I like a lighter bodied wine.
Yeah.
Kind of like me, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And not like me, but you still like me, which is nice.
A lot. Yeah.
So it's a matter of preference. It's, whatever you like, you do you.
Right.
Some people like a lighter bodied wine or a medium bodied wine. Some people like bigger bodied wine. Some people, it depends.
Again, body
It depends.
positive.
That's right. But one reason I think we tend to prefer relatively lighter wines is that I think a heavier wine impacts the taste of a meal more.
I agree.
I think lighter bodied wines are going to get in the way of the food a little less.
Right.
I think a bigger bodied wine can almost sometimes overpower the food.
Right. And then I think you think a little, you have to take it very slowly with the wine, not, which sounds funny, but it's like I think you're a little bit more structured about how you're going to drink the wine because it's just too much.
It is. I agree. I fully agree.
It sounds weird. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but it just,
No, I'm totally with you.
Sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah, if you take a big swig of wine, you're not, you might not taste the food that you're having.
No.
Which is why with a big wine, like a big red wine, you're going to have a big, juicy, thick steak with a lot of flavor.
Right.
But, again, I think we tend to think of wine as the fifth food group. And so we really do think a lot about like, how does this balance with the food that we're having? And just in general, not always, but in general, a medium bodied wine does a little bit better with most foods. Anyway, that's it. Now you know more about body in wine. Now you know why it matters and how you can start to tell if a wine is going to be bigger bodied or not. And most importantly, you can really start to pinpoint what it is about body in a wine that you prefer. That's right.
I knew it. That was coming.
And the last, maybe most important thing is you can wow your friends with all your new knowledge.
Right. So cool.
You're like, hey man, I can tell you like a big body.
You can be like a big wine buff now. You can be like a big bodied wine connoisseur.
That's right. You'd be like, I know what you like in body.
I know about my body.
That's right.
I feel good about my body.
That's right. I like that. I like where this is going. Okay, if you want to see the sources for the content today and get links to learn more, come to our website, look for this minisode, open up the show notes, and you'll find them. And then you can also check out other minisodes or our regular size episodes on our website or your favorite podcast app. You can follow us on Instagram at The Wine Pair Podcast or on Blue Sky. You can visit our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. And in any of those places, you can reach out to us directly and we always respond. And you can also send us an email at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com. And if you visit our website, you can also sign up for our email newsletter, which we send out at the beginning of every month. And you can also shop for our top-rated wines on our website, as well as great gifts and accessories. What do you say, Carmela?
I love it all.
I knew you would.
And I love your body.
This is you guys, I'm taking a recording. Wait, I am recording this. What am I talking about? Anyway, follow us, subscribe, give us a nice rating and review as a free way to support us. And we'll see you soon. And remember, life is short, so stop drinking shitty wine. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And the happy ending.